This hour of the Dan Patrick Show brought to you by Nutrafol. Throwing on a hat isn't a strategy. Start Nutrafol today and make the hat optional. It's time for a comeback. Nutrafol.com. Enter the promo code Dan Patrick. He was on the call for the Rockets and the Spurs last night on NBC and Peacock. Reggie Miller back with us. Also, coast to coast on Tuesday, stays in San Antonio. The Celtics and the Spurs, 8 Eastern, also on NBC and Peacock. Wemby again. Wemby, both ends of the floor, inside and out. He shoots over 80% from the free throw line. I'm trying to figure out what he doesn't do at the ripe old age of 22.
I think he's starting to figure it out. And I think what I've been most impressed with, especially this year, he is embracing how teams are playing him, because the knock, especially the first year, be physical with him. Get up under him, kind of move him around. And I think because of last year, his season was shortened because of the blood clots. We didn't get a huge sample size of games. But I think he went back to the lab this offseason. We saw all his travels with the monks and different places, trying to figure out the meaning of life and the game of basketball to him. And he's come back with a sense of purpose of matching other teams' physicality. Again, he's still not the biggest guys, but he's embracing how these teams are playing him. And if you just, case in point, the last 3 games, he went against the Detroit Pistons, a very physical team, the LA Clippers, who have a number of players who like to play physical. And even last night with the Houston Rockets, they have a starting lineup of 6'6", 6'7", 6'9", and 7 feet with Kevin Durant. And they tried to get up under him. They tried to be physical with him. He embraces that now and almost uses it against them. And you're right. And I was trying to think, and I was trying to put myself in the shoes of fans, of players, that it is an experience when you watch him play, Dan. And I'm thinking like MJ was like that, because you didn't know what you were going to see with MJ on the court. I put Stephen Curry in that because of his ability to shoot the basketball. To me, Wemby is a must-see experience, because you truly do not know what you are going to see. And what you do see and witness, it's like, I don't think I've seen a human being do that.
But what I'm also seeing is somebody who cares. If you saw him in the All-Star game, you saw him in the Olympics, even the comeback game against the Clippers where he got emotional. He truly cares about the outcome of the game, and I find that really rare, and certainly at the age of, I brought up 22.
Isn't it refreshing? All right? I mean,
yeah,
we get so jaded nowadays because of some of these big contracts and load management, guys not wanting to play. Here's a guy who, again, he'll listen to the trainers and the doctors for the Spurs, but he wants to be out there every minute, and he wants to be out there competing. And I just wonder if our American-born players and some of the elite players are getting tired of the talk that Victor Wembanyama saved the All-Star game, which he did. He set the tone in that first game, how hard he came out and played. And I wonder if our American-born players are looking at this saying, you know what, that should be us. That's how we should be playing. And you have this Frenchman setting the tone. And I'm not the only one saying that he saved the All-Star game, but a lot of people are saying that because of how he approached it. And it's just refreshing to see that he competes so hard in just his 3rd season, and he just sets a precedence.
I'll give you anybody in the league for the next 5 years. Who you taking?
Oh, I would take him because of what he does at both ends of the floor.
Anybody close?
Cade Cunningham would be in there. I think Cooper Flagg will have his moments. Again, Cooper's only, 19, 20. But for the next 5 years, right now he's the face. And he's a very humble kid, but yet how he approaches the game. He's very thoughtful. He's very methodical in terms of prep for a game, prep for his body. The only thing that will be a knock going forward will be the injury part. And right now, he's with the perfect organization because they basically invented load management. Back to the great Popovich and Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker days. So he's with the perfect organization in terms of saving his body going forward. And you know what? Protecting him for himself. Because he wants to be out there every minute competing at a high level.
Speaking of being out there, Jason Tatum comes back. It's not like they eased him into the lineup. He was in the lineup, and I love watching this team. And now Tatum back, I think they're the team to beat in the East.
I agree with
Okay.
And especially with the recent slide of the Detroit Pistons, I think they've lost their last three. I still think Detroit will win the East. But I think Boston is in the perfect situation because now you have a long runway for Jason Tatum to get into basketball shape, almost a month until the season is over. And then the first and second rounds, that's another 2 to 3 weeks. So he almost has 2 full months to get in basketball shape. This past game on Saturday in Cleveland, he played 27 minutes. This is a guy that's been off for 10 months with an Achilles injury, Achilles tear, and he comes back and he played 27 minutes on the road. I thought they were going to play him in even smaller increments, but it just lets me know that he's been back for a while, because for him to come back and play at this level and play those minutes, impactful minutes, it means he's been practicing and lifting and whatever else he's been doing. It's been absolutely remarkable. And it's going to be a fun game tomorrow because 2 great defensive teams, Boston and the Spurs, and it'll be interesting because he will be tested. Him, Brown, Pritchard, they will all be tested on the wings because the Spurs play a very physical style as well defensively. This should be a very fun and entertaining game.
Michael Jordan says he doesn't get involved in the GOAT debate, the latest interview that Mike Tirico did with him. You talked about it on the broadcast. Why would Mike get involved in the GOAT debate?
Because we're his minions. That's our jobs, to serve the king, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't have to say anything.
He doesn't have to say a word. And
he just goes scoreboard.
Right. Yeah. That's our job. Our job to look at the scoreboard and go like this. All he needs to do is hold up this. And that's it. This 6 finals MVPs. Look, I didn't play against everyone that's ever played. I never played, like he said, against Oscar or Jerry West and all that. But I do know what it does feel like to go against him, Kobe, LeBron for one season. And I love all those guys. It's hard he will never win if he interjects himself, puts himself in that place. Again, that's our place. That's our job, yours and I's, because from your eye test. You've been around a long time. You've seen a lot of basketball. I played against a lot of great players, the Magics, the Larrys, the Michaels. I played against them all. So I kind of get it. But again, that's not our job to do that. And that's not his job to do that.
Yeah, it's weird when I get asked this question because, look, you can build up a resume for LeBron and you go, what he did to do it for over 20 years and, consistency. But you see Kobe, and it's weird how I think Kobe got kind of, I think we lost you, Reg.
Oh, yeah. Start bringing up Jordan.
Here we go. Yeah. Todd will see if he can get Reg back on there. I'm just glad that Mike Tirico, Mike hadn't been that busy the last, 6 weeks. I'm glad that he got to do something where, Reg is back.
I'm sorry. Apologize, guys.
Yeah, got to sit down with Jordan again for another interview. But, Kobe's the one that, like, if I'm you and you say, okay, you got to face LeBron, Mike, Kobe, like Kobe is Mike. I mean, LeBron's a different animal out there. But like style-wise, Kobe is Mike because he He patterned himself after.
I think we get caught up when we talk about the GOAT situation and the GOAT debate. To me, the best player of the three is MJ. Kobe is a clone and a better version, like he's Mike on steroids, better jump shooter. To me, the fundamentals were better because he perfected them to be like the master, MJ. If you're talking about careers, the best career out of all three of those, in my opinion, is LeBron because of the longevity and what he has done, 8 straight finals.
But you put emphasis on career, and rightfully so.
Career versus
as
player.
A player, yeah.
There's a difference. So, I mean, LeBron has had the best career out of anyone. For him to continue to play like this at this level, this late in his career. But if we're going stack for stack player, to me, MJ, Kobe, and then LeBron.
Oh, in that order.
To me, in that order. Just because,
okay.
Look, I only had 1 year versus LeBron, my last year, his rookie year. I got tattooed by MJ. I got tattooed by Kobe at a high level. Facing Kobe in the finals. So there's a body of work between Kobe and I that I can, I have a sample size against.
It's interesting when I watch defenders on guys who are supposed to score and how you don't let it affect you. But I don't know how you don't. Like if you're guarding Kobe on the wing and everybody's watching, and all of a sudden he blows by you and, dunks. Like, how do you not take that personally?
Well, you never wanted to show emotions when you were playing those two guys. And I tried as much as possible not to, because I tried to put pressure on them at the other end as well. Because I'm blown by them as well. I tried to put as much pressure and make them work as hard as they possibly were making me work to try to tire them out. Both of those players, Kobe, Mike, they were superior athletes in fantastic shape, which is very difficult to do. So, I heard you earlier talking about the LA Marathon and, running the 26 miles and all that. I tried to make it a marathon versus those guys and make it a track meet and constantly keep them in motion to try and tire them down. Some games it worked, other games it didn't, but that's what I tried to do versus those two players.
Talking to Reggie Miller, he was on the call for Rocket Spurs last night. He'll be staying in San Antonio, Celtics Spurs. That's tomorrow night, 8 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. What do you make of this LA Marathon? If you run 18 miles, you get the same medal as those who completed the New York or the.
What's the deal with the participation trophies? Come on now.
Now they talked about the heat. They talked about the heat, but I can't give you the same medal, the same exact medal.
Is it the exact same medal?
Yes.
Come on, that can't happen. Really, the marathon was 18 miles and not 26, correct? Basically,
they were running 18. Yeah.
Can't do that. We're giving out participation medals for just going 18 miles. No.
Yeah, but you got kids. They probably get participation trophies.
And it drives me absolutely mad, Theodore. I mean, it does, because what are we teaching these kids? That's not how life works, right? In the business world, it does not work. You do not get a participation trophy for coming in second or third. Work hard. Go back to the lab. Get in the gym. Go outside and start shooting. Hey, get on the field and start working on your fielding. Learn how to catch the football.
Did you get anything for finishing runner-up in the NBA Finals?
Yeah. You know what I got? Pat on the back. That's it. Yeah. That's all we got. Nothing.
Like Kobe gave you a pat on the back and said, yeah, I'm a champ.
Now, why are you torturing me right now? I
didn't know who gave you the pat on the back. Did
Shaq.
You give yourself a pat? Shaq gave you a pat on the back.
Gave me a pat on the head. Hey, you guys played hard. Rick Smith, Rick, no, they couldn't guard the big diesel. That was the problem. I was like, okay, you're right, big fella. You're right, big fella.
If you had to pick that you're going to get bounced in the second round of the postseason, or you're going to lose in the NBA Finals,
I'll always take the finals because anything can happen once you get there. But it hurt. Trust me, it stings much more. It stings much more because you say to yourself, can I win 4 games? When you get to the finals, that's what you say. I've got to win 4 games. And then when we went down 2-0 going back home and we won game 3, we're like, you're saying 3 wins. You would do anything to win 3 games. And yeah, so that's how desperate you get. And that's the thinking you have to have. And I know people want to be politically correct, but you are counting down to 16 wins once you get to the NBA playoffs. And once you get to the finals, you just say, how can I win 4 games before that other team?
Would you give up part of your pinky finger on your left hand
for a chip?
Yeah.
People understand, oh, man, winning. Yes. Can I, on my left hand?
Yeah.
Oh, I still can shoot it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hold the ball. Yeah, give me the ball. Give me the ball.
9.5 fingers, Miller.
Yes, just give me the ball. People, yes, I would. It wouldn't sting. To me, the reason why I feel this way, people, and I want to explain this to them, if I had never been so close for so many years, so many conference finals versus the Knicks, Philly, when you're that close, when it's 8 down to 4, and then losing to the Lakers in the finals, needing 4 wins, when you're that close and you can taste it and see the finish line, but you can't get to the finish line, that's why I feel this way. It stinks. If I had been like first, second round and always, going out, I was never close to the finish line. So who cares? But when you're close and you can see the finish, I felt like that Kenyan runner that was in first place and the American runner was running. That's how you feel when you get to the NBA Finals. Can I get to that finish line first?
Marvin last week said if he was the Buffalo Bills, he'd rather not get to the Super Bowl and lose. He'd rather lose earlier in the playoffs.
I want to be on the biggest stage, Marvin, because you want the world seeing you. You want to compete at the highest level against the best players. And if that's the World Series, the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup, the Olympics for some of these runners and track athletes, you want to compete against the best. And that year we went to the finals with Larry Legend as our coach. We felt we were the best team in the East. We knew the Lakers were the best team in the West. We wanted that smoke, and we knew it was going to be an uphill battle. But they hadn't won in a long time, so both of us were coming in. But we knew they had the pedigree. They were the Lakers, but the Lakers hadn't won yet. That was their first championship, and we had never won. So we felt we were on equal footing. So that's why we felt we had a shot.
And I like that Kobe stole your move, your step back jump shot.
We had filmed a real world episode. He and I, we took on the real world cast in a game of 2-on-8. And before we started filming, before the other crew showed up, we played 1-on-1, Kobe and I. And hey, show me this. Show me this move. He was like picking my brain. I love how you do this. I saw you do this against MJ. And I was like, being a big brother. Sure, hey, yeah, this is what I did. And you do the step back. Be sure you create space. And when he closes, one more dribble, and then he's like, okay, I got it. That fool was writing it down and using those moves against me in the finals. I'm like, ain't this something? Ain't this something? Smart dude. Smart Kobe. God rest. I know you were looking down on this interview right now, smiling. Then, yeah, Reg, I got you.
Thank you, Reg. Have fun tomorrow night.
I appreciate you, Theodore. Much love to my Danettes. Marvin, next year, you and I, let's sign up for the LA Marathon, baby. And let's go 18 miles so we can get our participation medal.
I'm in.
Come
Let's
on,
go.
Marvin.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Reggie Miller, he'll be on the call Coast to Coast Tuesday, San Antonio Celtics and the Spurs at 8 Eastern.